We're just going to talk about some online activity.
Okay.
All right.
Sounds good, officer.
Do not be deceived by this man's polite demeanor. The crimes he confessed to are beyond words.
What led to the videos being sent of the children?
By day, he was a therapist for individuals with severe autism. However, police eventually uncovered his dark online world. Most shocking is how investigators linked him to another high-profile case, a state away.
Yeah, we'll just we'll see if okay.
Indiana officers approached 31-year-old Alec Hegge northeast of Indianapolis.
How you doing, Alec?
Sir.
How are you?
Yes.
I'm Detective Borgman, okay?
Okay, you're with Greenfield?
Greenfield, yeah.
Okay.
All right, so we're going to go have a little chat, all right?
All right. Well, I don't usually go to Greenfield at all, so...
That's all right. Yeah, we're part of a task force, all right?
Oh, okay.
We're just going to talk about some online activity.
Okay.
All right.
Sounds good, officer.
Sounds good?
Yep.
All right.
Wallets, keys, and tape measure.
Okay. Has he been batted down?
Yeah, just an exterior real quick, just to make sure
Okay.
no
Do you need
weapons.
to do
No weapons.
more, I mean, whatever you need to do?
Okay. Yeah, no, just relax, all right? We're just going to have a little chat, all right?
All right, Detective.
So...
Are we good?
Yeah.
Do you want my vehicle there, or can we pull it over to the gas station?
Yeah,
or...
over there? Do you give me permission to pull it over there?
If you don't mind, I'll just...
No, we can't let
okay.
you back in the car right now. We're just
Okay.
going to have a quick chat, but we will pull your car out of the way if you're good with it.
I'm fine with that. Let
That
me
way
give
we
you
don't have to tow
the
it or
little
anything.
fob, because you know how those
Oh,
are.
yeah.
It'll all be recorded, so.
All right,
Do
no
you have
worries.
any other keys on your pocket or anything for the van, or is this...
No, that's the only one for the van. The rest are for house and stuff, and then
Okay.
my cell phone is right up there.
What else you got in?
That
your
is,
wallet?
wallet, officer, wallet, keys.
You got a
tape
bunch of
measure.
wallets?
Well, this one's like cards and stuff,
Yeah.
and then the back one, because it doesn't have good for cash, I just keep my cash in an old one like that.
Gotcha.
So.
I hate having stuff in my pockets. That's a lot.
Yeah. Well, you guys have a lot more, fidelity and dexterity that you need to be able to run and move.
What do you do for work? I see you got a tape measure there.
I'm actually a behavior technician, but my dad was a contractor, so I know how to do a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
So I was helping him out, laying down some vinyl flooring
Oh, yeah?
today. So I actually got my T-squares in the front seat, right there, big old orange ones.
Gotcha. All right, well, we'll just go right over here to my car real quick. Thank you.
Yep.
Well, we're just going to have a chat, all right?
All right, sounds good.
Hegge appears flustered, perhaps even quirky, but the situation is grave. Officers escort him to a vehicle, and then to a specialized van for an interrogation that will change his life forever.
No, I was telling him that I was, No, I was getting ready to do, some flooring work today. My dad was a contractor, so.
Oh, really? What's he do?
Now he's a building supervisor for, the conservatory up in Fort Wayne.
I got you.
So.
Well, dude, listen, I'm Greg again. I know there's probably a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
So really, what we're here to do. This is Mike too. He's kind of part of our team.
Who are you with, Mike?
I'm sorry?
Who are you with, Mike?
I'm with the federal government. I'm a federal agent.
Okay, so FBI?
No, God, no.
Which agency?
No, I'm sorry?
Which agency?
U.S. Department of Homeland Security.
DHS.
Local task force officers maintain a light tone with Hegge, who's not yet under arrest despite being read his rights. Investigators frame the interrogation as a request for his assistance.
We need your help.
Okay.
We can't change anything about the past. We can't change things that can happen. But what we're able to do with information from folks like you that are kind of down the line from the acute incident that happened is you're able to point us in directions where there are other kids at risk. And that's our goal here today. The three of us with our reach and stuff with the federal government, we're able to reach out and we're able to find those kids. Any information that you have, no matter how minuscule, might be able to help us do that. That's going to be the crux of the conversation here today. Now we're going to talk to you a little bit about how we got here because it's important for us to all understand that. But beyond that, any information that you guys, or that you're able to tell us to get these guys pointed in the right direction to save a kid, you and I might have a conversation later. That's going to be 100% up to you.
Before delving into Hegge's story, it is vital to understand how investigators tracked him down. His case is linked to Molly Elisabeth Duncan, a Cleveland area nanny arrested 19 days prior. According to federal indictments, Duncan produced and shared material involving toddler-age victims as early as 2024. Evidence suggests Hegge was one of the users she shared this material with. As the interrogation begins, Hegge describes his job as a behavior technician, working with kiddos.
I'm a behavior technician.
Okay. So what does that mean? Do you have like your own office, or how does that work?
No, I don't have an office at all. We work with the young adults and the kiddos. Everything's overseen by what's called a BCBA, so it's board certified behavior analysis.
Okay.
They have a master's degree in behavior analytics and behavioral therapy.
Okay.
And I'm the one who, they do all the writing and all that, and I just kind of am like a teacher.
So do you meet with the clients individually, or like do you have to?
No, they're at the center. It's a local place. They all come to us.
No, like when you meet with someone, is it like you're in with like the actual therapist and you took notes, or you're part of?
Oh no, I am the
therapy?
therapist.
Okay, very cool.
I'm the one who's conducting the therapy based off of what the BCBA, the one that has the master's degree, the higher level. They
give you the curriculum.
They give me the curriculum, and
okay.
I teach the curriculum. That's the easiest way to say it. It's kind of like a teacher's assistant, but yet you're doing a little bit more teaching than assisting.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like a hybrid.
Yeah.
And then you have your own. So you have your own place in there, or you just kind of have to walk around and you just do your thing for the day.
We have different rooms and stuff, so we all kind of.
I've just never.
No. It's my facility is very. We are very different than most facilities that way, because the approach we do what's called environmental and natural teaching methodology.
Okay.
So it's not creating like a classroom environment per se for teaching the kids or the young adults. That we kind of go out into the community. So we meet them in their real world.
Gotcha.
So like, how can they become, since they're on they have cognitive delay and such, and on the autism spectrum, how can they become the most functioning member of society? So it's a lot of like, we go out to grocery stores, and we just kind of teach them, okay, this is how to grocery shop, because they're young adults. So it's like, how to budget. You know, you have
like real world stuff.
Real world stuff, not like, can you put triangle to triangle, circle to circle, and square to square, like you would do with like a kindergartner.
Right. Yeah.
You know, and these are young adults, like 18 and.
So is everybody there adults, or do you teach any juveniles? Or?
We have a few juveniles, but I primarily work with the young adult men.
Okay.
So yeah.
While Hegge uses the term kiddos, he primarily works with adults. It remains unclear if any were his victims. He presents an admirable life as an Army Reservist of over 10 years, engaged to a woman with cerebral palsy, and a father to young children. Investigators begin questioning him about his online interactions with the Ohio nanny, Molly Elisabeth Duncan.
Yeah, so like I said, like I explained to you earlier, we're here about some internet activity. Okay. Was this bothering you?
No, I just I wasn't sure if you
we'll put it
was bothering you or not.
A little bit.
You were looking at it like it was.
It's getting a little heavy.
It was hard for it. There you go. Make it easy for you.
Yeah. So we're here about some internet activity. Special Agent Johnson explained to you. There's really not a question of why we're here.
So again, I still even haven't been told that honestly.
Okay.
So that's why when he was like,
I think you have a pretty good idea. You're talking about what agencies are here because you have an idea of why we're here.
Well, I mean, there's a plethora of reasoning. It's just I don't know the exact specifics. I mean, I can surmise that it is something of stature.
Okay.
So I just don't know what of stature.
Yeah.
I should say, I know it is of stature, but not the minutia.
Yeah. Yeah. So we're here basically trying to get your help. All right, on an ongoing case that stemmed from Cleveland. Are you familiar with that?
No, I'm just saying too. I'm reaffirming what you're saying.
Yeah. Okay. And an online relationship that you may have had with Molly Duncan. You familiar with Molly Duncan?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
We haven't spoken in a long while now.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, and with that being said, we're not the moral police. We're not anything like that. We're not going to go, talk to your. I mean, we're not going to go blab to your wife about any relationship that you really necessarily had online. It's more like Special Agent Johnson was talking about is the well-being of these children and what information that you may be able to provide to rescue some of these kids that are involved in this investigation. Okay. Or any other investigation or person that you may be able to help us with. Okay. So
that key is really hurt. I mean, the driving force behind this whole thing, and that's why sometimes some people fall, maybe even victim of like things that were maybe not even requested to be sent or talked to about and things like that. So that's why you have probably multiple people have been talked to and by her, and I think it's something where hopefully you can help us educate us a little bit on that relationship
Absolutely.
and what you guys talked about and things that were said and things like that.
I mean, I know you guys.
Obviously, you care about. Sounds like you care about people.
I do.
Especially in your job, and you have kids. So
I have kids. I've got a job that way that works with young adults that way.
Yeah.
Definitely care about America and the protection of that. And 11 years Army Reservist. So.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And then obviously, love to hear about everything, explaining to us that relationship, how you know her, and that. But do you still talk at all?
No.
Do you have anything on your phone from communications from her in the past or anything?
No.
Still, you guys don't.
No.
Okay.
I have nothing of that.
Gotcha.
No.
Well, tell us about her a little bit. I mean, how'd you guys meet?
Met on online, and then after that.
Which platform?
I want to say it was Snapchat.
Snapchat?
Yeah.
Okay.
You still have Snapchat?
Yeah.
Do you remember what your username was when you talked to her at the time?
I want to say it was, I used an online pseudonym one. It was Alec Hegge or something like that.
Gotcha. Just kind of came up with the name.
Yeah, close enough, but it's different.
I gotcha.
Because everybody already calls me Alex as is, so.
And it's spelled.
I mean, it's spelled kind of the same. It sounds the same. Where did flies come from?
It keeps somehow one guy in here.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. Alex, A-L-E-X. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, exactly how you.
You don't still have it now anymore? Okay.
Nope.
When did you get rid of that?
Months ago.
Okay.
Because just stopped talking. We just stopped talking that way, and then okay, well, I don't need this anymore, so just closed it out and was like, no reason to keep it.
So I know Snapchat, obviously, I had it years ago, and my niece and nephew send the filters for fun, but for nowadays, are people, when you met her, were you just randomly, how did you come across her profile in the first place? Did you guys...
Just
scrolling, or
scrolling that community, type thing.
So did you go? Okay, I'm just to be honest with you asking this because I'm not playing mind tricks or anything.
No.
So when you get on there, is it like a forum or some sort of?
There's your suggested. It's all algorithmic stuff.
Okay.
I don't even understand.
So you just came across.
Came across it and was like, click.
Just click and add
friend. You get it.
And you just started from there.
Hegge acts as though his online interactions with the Ohio nanny were merely casual conversations, spanning about a year. However, the dialogue quickly takes a dark turn.
And you just started from there.
We just started from there having conversations.
Gotcha. And when about was that? Do you remember?
I can't remember off the
I mean, like within the last year, or like when did you guys first?
Oh, let's see here. We probably haven't talked. Let's see here in about 4 months now, give or take. I mean.
With like the first initial.
Oh, the first initial. It was about a year, maybe.
I got you.
So you guys chatted for about a year.
A year or so, yeah. Off and on. Yeah. Some days it was more frequently. Other days it was like, you know, a week at a time, no conversation. It's just that normal ebb and flow of conversation.
I got you.
Okay.
So.
And what did so did you guys have? What was your relationship like?
I would say it was like online, like fling type, like nothing serious or anything like that ever.
You know, like just kinky talking.
Stuff, exactly.
Okay. Like what kind of stuff are you guys into?
It was just like it was all.
You're not going to tell us anything that we haven't heard.
Yeah, I was going to say, clearly you already know, so you know the case and stuff that way. So, yeah, it was just kind of like her affinity for the, like, adult, like, I want to say, like, her adult toddler being herself fetish type thing, so just kind of indulged her in that.
Gotcha. So you guys had kind of a talk about her being in or something.
Just like I said, it just more or less just kind of indulged her in her fantasy.
In her fantasy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just it was like kind of like a relationship outside. Me and the missus were kind of going through some stuff at the time, so it was just kind of an outlet just to blow off.
Yeah, sure.
Was she the only person you were really talking to, or you told multiple girls that you think you were doing that with?
She was like pretty much the primary one that I was only talking with.
Okay. And you guys only stay on Snapchat, or did you move to other platforms, or do you have?
I think we did Snapchat and then a little bit on Telegram.
Okay.
Yep.
You started out on your phone Telegram?
No.
Gotcha. What applications do you have on your phone? I guess maybe ask you that.
What
applications are on your phone now? What would you say?
Just like normal applications and stuff, like.
Well, I mean, like if right now I pull my phone up, I'm gonna look at my you know, are you an
like
iPhone? What kind of phone?
iPhone. So YouTube is primarily what I use.
I got you.
Because I just use like the YouTube stories, listen to.
Up until this point, the conversation with investigators has been somewhat cordial, but the tone shifts as they begin applying pressure for specific details.
I understand what you saw.
What did I say?
If you know
how did we get to the kids? What led you? What led to the videos being sent of the children?
It was just of her, and then she was just sending the videos and stuff. I mean,
well, you need to elaborate, because there may be children that, like, you're being very, very vague, and I get that on the front end, but we need you to be a little more specific and elaborate. Like, so, you know, there was fantasy chat between you guys, and it started out with the diaper fetish, and you know, between you and her, and then that led to. And
I'm gonna make the assumption then that led to her choosing to move into a, how do I want to word it? Basically moving it up.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
So what was her job? How did she have access to children?
She said she was a nanny. Okay. I've never met her in person or anything like that. Like I said, everything's been purely online.
I
never met up, never anything that way.
Did you ever call her on the phone, or did you guys only talk via Snapchat?
Via Snapchat.
Did you ever call via Snapchat too within the app?
Yes.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. Everything was. There was some video, like Snapchat calls and that type of stuff, but everything was contained within that app.
Okay.
If that
No, I
answers your
understand.
question.
Yeah. And what we're trying to get at again is, and I know you're trying to. I'm not playing mind games with you. Like, we have seen stuff, but we also I need to know what you saw that you know. Hey, this was actually, it wasn't AI. It wasn't like, you know, what was it that you saw?
Yeah.
When you went from just her to the kids she's nannying or whatever.
Nannying, we're in her care stead, whatever you want to terminology.
So your knowledge, what do you recall when it wasn't her and it was the stuff she was stating of the children? Obviously, candid stuff.
It was,
and then other things.
It seemed like from there, it was like pretty much candid, like during like diaper changes or like clothing changes, that type of in nature there.
Okay.
That's what it, from my recollection and memory, was primarily of that.
And what would she do during the diaper changes?
I mean, it was just like she would, you know, picture of the individual or, you know, during the diaper change, in the process of it. That was typically what I can remember.
The graphic details Hegge provides about the material he received are too disturbing to share. Despite receiving this content for a year, he never contacted authorities and instead deleted his online accounts. Hegge seemingly fails to grasp the severity of his situation, claiming he and Duncan used Snapchat to exchange roughly a dozen images.
So yeah, I just wanted to kind of circle back. I know it's not easy to talk about. We're not, like you said, we're not here as a moral police or anything like that. We're not here to judge or we just really want to need
You're
to
here
know
for the victims.
and hear from the victims, but we need to kind of get into the psyche of like how we got to the children. Like there wasn't like how did we go from I mean I get the diaper thing and the fetish and you know one thing leads to the next, but can you explain those conversations a little bit, like how we got there?
I think it just was progression of me indulging with her fetish fantasy.
Yeah.
I think it was just she was looking for someone who was willing to indulge in that with her, and I just was, like I said, not in a good space personally, and I just, you know, chose to indulge, and it just, I want to say the endorphins potential hypothesized.
Like it felt good?
Yeah, for her. And so she kept going on to the next because I kept indulging and...
When you say indulging, obviously, so, and again, man, the more I'm talking to you, it sounds like, you know, you're the guy that's, you know, again, you're probably just, whatever's going through with your wife, you get it.
Yeah.
Fiance, sorry.
Yeah, no,
and
you're good.
you know, had this fling with her, but you say indulging her, but also, I mean, there's no question that you were attracted to that or drawn because you have, you know, I'm assuming you were masturbating to that or, you know, sending an image of your erect penis and turning yourself on as well, not just her.
Yeah.
So it's kind of both ways. Like,
it is.
Is there something with the diaper stuff that's attractive to you? Like, help us understand. And we're not, again, we all, everybody has a cup of tea and what they're into, and there's no, you know, there's no judgment on what that's.
I guess
I've seen that a bit, you know, before, so it's not.
I know this is nothing new for you guys. You gentlemen have clearly been on this task force long enough that way that you know you've seen. I probably don't even want to know, and there's some things that you probably more than you wish you could unsee.
Sure.
In this.
You nailed it.
So.
Well, yeah. When we're just trying to learn,
and I'm just being honest with you that way. Yeah. So I mean, I guess kind of a newer thing that way for me. Just kind of was going through something, found something that way. Just tickled the fancy for a bit, but then I got myself into therapy. I'm seeing a therapist once a month now. Things are good. Getting back on track with the missus. All of that type of stuff. So
we kind of went through a phase where you may have made some mistakes where even I guess she's sending you things of actual children, and you're continuing to communicate with her and like encourage it. So you know what I'm saying. So
yeah,
that could be something where you probably learned from it since then. But helping us understand, like at the time, like what was so attractive about it, even when she started sending actual, going from her to the kids.
I think it was just the shock of it.
Continued to talk to her.
I think it was just the shock of it, like the kind of like that shock value, and just like, wow, this is so I don't want to say like abnormal, like just the shock value of it, and how it was something so radically different.
Yeah. Especially the ones with the kids she sent me. Was that ones where you would communicate with her after that, like and just gonna be blunt, like masturbating into that, and then later say like, this is stuff that I want to do someday, and that to my own kids, and
but it was just like on that, like I said, I was in a really dark place.
Yeah. Not
well, as you can clearly tell from reading that and now talking, like I really, and then I just kind of took off. After we stopped, I kind of took a hard look at myself, and I was like, look, this is not me. This is,
sure.
I need to get the help, and that's where I got that help, and I've been working through things, and
well, I mean,
I struggled for years with
that's good that that you are getting help now. I'm sorry, I interrupted you.
Oh, you're fine,
is this something that you've struggled with for a long time?
No, like I said, I mean, I was gonna say I've always struggled with like a pornography addiction, and that. So I think for me too, because of having that addiction and struggle,
sure,
this kind of like this incident that way, like kind of brought everything to like that boiling point where I took that hard look after we stopped talking.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is not me.
Hegge continues discussing the images he received and even offers to take a polygraph test. However, the investigator entering the van shifts the focus away from Duncan and directly onto Hegge's own knowledge and online actions.
I'm going to ask you very direct yes or no questions, and I'd like you to answer those because that's going to help you and I have a good conversation later today.
I would love to.
Did you request sexual acts to be performed on that child? Yes. What sexual acts were those?
I let the individual make the decision.
That's not true. Once again, what sexual acts did you request to happen? And I need you to be honest because it's going to help us later.
I gave her the idea, sir.
Tell me the idea that you gave her.
I gave her the idea to perform
specifically
some sort of potential.
Not potential. Tell me exactly what you requested.
Some sort of the.
What was that sort of that you requested?
I believe it was of the
And this will get. How often did you pay her for any material?
I don't remember the frequency, sir. There's the screenshots that you guys have that disposal about.
How much did you spend for child abuse material?
Again, I don't recall the exact number.
Okay.
But you did pay for it. Okay.
There was transactional action, yes, that occurred.
So we're going to do a little over and under here.
Okay, sir.
How many times did you have conversations with her in which that child was abused? Was it more than 10?
I would say it was less than 10.
Would you say it was less than 10 or was it less than 10?
It was less than 10. I don't remember the exact.
More than 5? Between 5 and 10?
I don't remember exactly, but I would say that's probably within the realm of plausibility, highly. Again, all that information.
100 times is within the realm of possibility. I'm asking you, was it between 5 and 10 times?
I do not recall exactly.
Was it more than 2?
No. Well, yes. More than 2, yes. Yeah. Sorry.
Did you pay each time?
I I don't remember if I paid individually each time that way, or if I just gave it to her, sent her the funds.
Did you pay more than once? You would know that.
Like I said, there's multiple transactions that
Okay.
did occur between me and her. Sorry.
All right, very
You
good.
the text message that said, "I'm giving you a lot of material for $25."
That's
Okay.
so that sounds, like I said, I
All of this is helping me because
Yeah.
later on you and I are going to get down into very specific things, and I want to get some of this stuff out of the way now so that you and I aren't having a 4-hour conversation to take a 15-minute.
What platform did you use to exchange the money?
we used, it was either PayPal or it was Cash App. I don't remember which one of the apps.
Then comes a confession that is difficult to hear, yet it provides the evidence necessary to imprison Hegge for decades.
I want you to tell me if this will be the easiest thing. Yes or no. If you had inappropriate sexual contact with your child.
No, sir.
I'm sorry?
I said, sir. The only thing that I've ever done that way is change my kid's diapers. And
during that time, did your struggle get out of your control and you inappropriately touched? Because I've heard that before.
One occasion, and it was the triggering event for me to get myself into my own therapy, and that's why I'm
Thank you.
in
Tell me
ongoing
about
therapy.
that.
The investigator's direct questioning prevents Hegge from evading the truth. Confronting him face to face, the investigator dismisses Hegge's claims, stating he does not believe this was an isolated incident of abuse. Tragically, that abuse reportedly involved Hegge's own child.
Have you on multiple occasions, more than one, during a diaper change, have inappropriate sexual contact with your more than once?
Yes.
Thank you. That helps. That helps, and that truth gets us further down the road toward taking this confirmatory test. All right. More than 20 times?
No.
More than 10?
No.
5 to 10?
No.
That's not true.
I'm awaiting your question, sir.
I know. I'm still waiting for the truth.
My apologies. I didn't want to interrupt you like we had talked, so I just was waiting.
I'm waiting for the truth.
Can you please restate last question?
I'm going to restate a different question that's going to be a yes or no.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Have you, nearly every time that you've changed your diaper, struggled with that thought in the back of your mind, even if you didn't act on it?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. Now, knowing how strong this struggle was, and knowing how it's gotten out of your hands, both out in the wild of the internet and these times changing your daughter, that's why I'm telling you, in the last 5 months, there is zero chance that this did not get out of your control multiple times.
Following a heavy, direct line of questioning, Hegge admits to acts far too graphic to broadcast. Only as the interrogation concludes does he finally begin to realize the trouble he is in.
Man, I appreciate your honesty today, man. It goes a long way with us, seriously.
So will I be indicted? Am I being arrested by the end
Oh,
of
we're
today?
not. That's the discussion. This is not my case, but that'll be a discussion. Obviously, we got to figure out what's the best.
Be honest with me. You've been in law enforcement long enough and on this task force
for a long time.
Am I getting highly like?
Well, I mean,
yes or no?
from what's said today, you gotta understand there's probably gonna be consequences for it, you know.
So
But
I'm basically going to be on a bench warrant, probably, and I will lose my job, and I will lose my.
Well, we don't know yet on the extent of how this is. That's why when we were talking to you about how far do we have to go, like thinking about your job, right? There's no children there that's ever had opportunity. That's huge.
There is multiple safeguards in play for that. That was so that it's always two people in a room.
Yeah,
there's always, the clients, they take care of themselves. When they go to the bathroom, all we do is we stand outside.
Yeah.
So like this, say that's the bathroom.
Yeah.
Congratulations, I'm right here leaning on the wall, sitting down on the wall, right there, waiting on that.
After more than 4 hours of interrogation, Hegge was arrested for multiple child sex crimes, including the molestation of an infant. Though authorities sought additional victims following his July 2025 arrest, the results of that search remain unclear. In January 2026, Hegge pleaded guilty without a plea deal to child molestation, exploitation, and possession of abuse material. He was sentenced to 91 years in prison and lifetime sex offender registration. Meanwhile, Molly Elisabeth Duncan, the Ohio nanny who sent him the images, pleaded guilty this month to federal charges of sexual exploitation and distribution. She is scheduled for sentencing on July 22nd. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like and hit the subscribe button for more.